Hello my friend, in this video we are diving into a practice called Ankhing with the Orgasm, and I took the information from the book The Ancient Secrets of the Flower of Life by Melchizedek, so you can get that book. I believe it is volume 2 where he dives into it, but there's volume 1 and volume 2. So yeah, let's just dive into the practice and the instructions so that you can hopefully try that yourself. Now, ancient Egyptians understood that if they had an orgasm and released energy through the top or bottom of the spine, the sexual energy would be lost. So they figured out a way to move energy consciously within the Ankh conduit, which would allow the flow of energy to return to the spine rather than exiting the body as it usually does, and continue vibrating within that Ankh conduit that lies within our bodies. This practice would retain life force energy in the body, energizing the Khat, or the etheric body, the etheric twin. Now I am going to insert a graphic here where you can see where the Ankh conduit is within the body, and this graphic will showcase the energetic Ankh conduit that lies within the body. You can see the energy shooting upwards from the lower chakras, hitting the 5th chakra, taking a 90-degree turn, flowing in a curved manner upwards until it reaches the crown chakra. At this point, the energy continues to move in a curved manner, this time downwards to meet at the 5th chakra again. Once it reaches this point, energy flows throughout the entire chakra system. Now, the following are instructions to this Ankhing with the Orgasm practice. Drumalo shares a lot of information regarding this whole entire exercise, so if you want to check it out again, it is in the book The Ancient Secrets of the Flower of Life. And another thing that I want to mention is that if you do this practice, you're probably not going to feel much the first time around, so it does take a lot of practice. So definitely take it easy on yourself and just go with the flow and keep doing it until you feel some sort of energy. And if it just doesn't resonate with you, then try it once and just don't ever do it again. So it's just a tool, another spiritual tool for you to access the technology that exists within the physical body. And now during this practice, Ankhing with the Orgasm, you do have to be playing with yourself. I highly recommend that you masturbate rather than doing this with another person through sexual intercourse. So definitely start with yourself first. I feel like this is more of a practice that we do as an individual. And if you want to try it out with someone else, definitely teach them the practice. But I feel that if you're just a beginner, give it a go yourself and then see what flows and what feels right. Here we go. So if you want to grab a piece of paper or something so you can write notes, definitely do so. But what you're gonna do is, of course, first you have to get comfortable. So just be in your room or in a safe space, somewhere where you find it's your own energy that is contained within that space, and you're gonna start playing with yourself, so with your hands masturbating. And the moment you feel that sexual energy rising up in your spine, when we're about to have that orgasm, you can feel the energy moving upwards. The moment you feel that energy rising, you're gonna breathe. And what Drumalo recommends is that we breathe 90% of the way. So be sure to just fill up your lungs about 90% of the way, and you are going to hold your breath. So you're gonna breathe 90% of the way, hold your breath, and then you are going to allow the energy that was cultivated with the orgasm to move up the spine to the 5th chakra, which is the Christ heart. And now this practice uses the model of the Egyptian chakra system. So completely get rid of what you know about the 8 chakra system that we're all familiar with, and go with the Egyptian chakra system. I'm gonna leave a picture here of how this chakra system looks like within the body. Now, when energy hits the 5th chakra, we must turn the flow of sexual energy 90 degrees out the back of the body. Now, when this happens, energy automatically continues to flow inside the Ankh tube. It will then slowly turn in a curved manner until it passes exactly through the 13th chakra, which is located about a hand length above the head. Then energy curves once again and re-enters the starting point, which was the 5th chakra. When energy approaches the 5th chakra from the front of the body, An intense jolt or shaking can be felt as it reconnects with that energetic center, with that fifth chakra. So be very mindful as to what sensations you feel in the body when that takes place. And all of this takes place as you continue to hold your breath. And I know it sounds like it's a very long time, but it really isn't, because energy flows quickly. So you'll be able to hold your breath. I've done this a few times, and you can definitely hold your breath for that period of time. Now, as sexual energy reconnects with its source, the fifth chakra, you can complete your inhale. So that 10% that was left of the breath that you didn't take, you're going to take it in now. You will then exhale slowly, very slowly. Sexual energy will continue around the Ankh channel as you exhale. When you reach the completion of the exhale, you will go on taking deep breaths. This is where a deeper energetic shift takes place. As you are taking deep inhales and exhales, see the sexual energy as prana coming from the 13th chakra and the first chakra, meeting in the 5th chakra point. Become fully aware of your MerKaBa, the magnetic energetic field that surrounds your body. Feel energy lighting you up. Visualize energy penetrating the physical body and rejuvenating your cells. Feel this life force energy glowing freely throughout the body, healing that which requires attention, decluttering the mind and heart of distortion. And after this whole practice takes place, you're done with the breath work. What Drumbalong Melchizedek recommends is that we continue to breathe deeply until we feel relaxed and centered and grounded back in the body. Once the state of relaxation is complete, you can start breathing normally. You can lay there for some time, and it's even recommended to fall asleep or to take a restful nap. Now, I want to share a bit of my experience doing this practice. And the first few times I did it, I didn't feel much, honestly. But then once I got more familiar with the process, with the different steps that we have to take, it just became more flowy and more of a normal, more normal within my own psyche and mind and body. And so it was a process that just flowed, rather than me being analytically there thinking, oh, I have to push the breath now, I have to do this and that. So get familiar with the process, and then you can get going with the practice, and the more you do it, the more easier it gets. So what you're going to be doing, and this is just going to be a quick recap of the whole process. So you're going to start playing with yourself. You're going to, do things. And another thing that I want to mention is that if the things that are mentioned within the instructions of this Ankhing with the Orgasm practice don't resonate with you, I do recommend that you adjust it to find a way in which the process works for you. I believe that this is simply an interpretation of energy, of a technique, an ancient technique, but you can definitely adjust it to find something that works for you. So definitely keep that in mind. This is just a perspective. Even if it's just Drumbalong's perspective, it's my perspective of Drumbalong's perspective, and his perspective is a perspective of something else. So definitely keep that in mind. So again, what you're going to do is you're going to be breathing deeply. You're going to be focusing on your breath throughout the entire practice. You're going to get comfortable, and you're going to start playing with yourself. You can listen to music during this process. You can do whatever gets you going. And once you start feeling the energy, that's that sexual energy rising from the base of your spine upwards, that's when you're going to take a deep breath. And it's going to be 90% of your lungs capacity. So you're going to take a breath, hold it, you're going to hold the breath, and you're going to push the energy upwards to the 5th chakra, which is the Christ at heart. And then once the energy hits that point, you are going to direct that energy backwards through your back with your intention, and you are going to direct it to flow within the Ankh. So it's going to come out of your back, and then it's going to flow upwards, and then it's going to hit the 13th chakra, which is the Godhead. And then once it hits that point, it is then going to curve downwards. And this time it's going to come back to the heart. It's going to reconnect with that 5th chakra. Once it gets to the 5th chakra, you are going to take the remaining 10% of the breath that you didn't take before. So it's going to be like, and then hold it, and then And then you are going to just feel whatever happens when the reconnection takes place, when that linking with the Christ heart takes place again. And then once that happens, you are going to then allow the energy to flow through the chakra system and through the Ankh conduit by releasing the inhale. So you're going to exhale very slowly. And then once you exhale everything fully, you are then going to inhale again. You're just going to keep breathing. Deep inhales, deep exhales, and just just allow the energy to flow. And that's how I do it. Maybe I missed something that I read within the instructions, and that's okay, because this is what has worked for me. And at the moment of the exhale, at the moment of that first exhale, that long exhale after holding the breath and taking that 10% inhale again, I direct my body. I direct the currents of the energies, the energetics, the positive and negative currents within my body to different spaces in which I feel need to be cared for, or that need more attention. I direct my cells to go to different organs, to my liver, to the kidneys, to the heart. I also, bring it up to the third eye. So I direct energy and I ask it to recharge my body. I then extend my magnetic field to, to also focus on the MerKaBa and on the etheric twin. So, you can just do whatever works for you. Flow with the energy, direct it to wherever you feel it needs to go, and do whatever feels right. Again, these are the instructions, what I just read, that Drumbo Melchizedek gives us, but find a way, find the process that works for you. And yeah, at first you may be following the instructions step by step, but maybe you'll find that it doesn't feel right to you, so you make adjustments, and that's totally fine. So yeah, I hope this made sense. And so that's definitely something that I recommend. And this practice is actually very similar to a practice that Tom Kenyon shares in his book The Alchemist of Horus, or the Magdalene manuscript The Alchemist of Horus. There is a practice about sex magic, which is of course The Alchemist of Horus, and it's all about using the energy that is cultivated with the orgasm to charge the body and to shoot energy upwards to the brain to hit every single one of the energetic centers. So it's very similar. This one also is about charging the Khat and the Ba, the celestial body, the physical, the etheric twin, and it's very similar, but it's definitely different process, because for this one Tom Kenyon uses the 8th chakra system rather than the Egyptian chakra system. So if you want to give that one a try as well, I highly recommend the Magdalene manuscript, The Alchemist of Horus. That's such a great book, and it's about alchemy. He teaches us about the different perspectives of alchemy and how it was used, and how these practices, as well as meditation and breath, show up in different cultures. So highly recommend the ancient secrets of the flower of life, and the Magdalene manuscript, The Alchemist of Horus.